Here's your Georgetown forecast from the Hipp Radio Network Weather Center. Mainly clear today with daytime highs approaching 78. Winds out of the south 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, lows level off around 47. Highs level off around 77. Tomorrow, mainly sunny skies and calm. Upper 70s Thursday and Friday. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Currently, it's 41 degrees.
Hi, this is Chris Courtney of Courtney Home Inspections. We are your trusted and ethical home inspection company based in Georgetown, Texas. We are courteous and timely, offering flexible scheduling, including weekends, with inspection reports delivered same day. Courtney Home Inspections utilizes the latest in technology to ensure a quality, detailed inspection. We offer new home packages, including pre-drywall frame to finish. Feel confident and have peace of mind when purchasing your next home. For more information, visit CourtneyHomeInspection.com. That's CourtneyHomeInspection.com. Trek number 23157. Say habla.
I'm not allowed to say, but this is my favorite station.
It's cool. We know. Download the Hipp Radio Network app or say, Alexa, listen to HRN Georgetown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The switch is on.
When I come back, you know what it look like. Everything lit.
Welcome to Good Morning Georgetown with Rob and Ken. Waking you up in the mornings and getting your day started with the hottest hits, news, and jokes. Get ready. And now here's your hosts, Rob Hipp and Ken Covington.
All right, Georgetown, Texas. It is 7:21 in the a.m. Election day has arrived. We're going to talk about it a little bit. You're like, oh, joy. We are. We're going to talk about it. It's a big day today. We've got to talk about it. We're not going to get political up in here, though. Just want to say good morning to everybody. Thanks for joining us. We got a special prayer morning coming up, too, at 8:10 a.m. That's going to be on a different stream, so you want to make sure to keep up to date with our social media pages. But first and foremost, good morning, Georgetown, and welcome into the broadcast here. I'm Rob Hipp, and as always, joined by my good friend every Tuesday morning, Mr. Chris Courtney, Courtney Home Inspections. Good morning, Chris. How's it going, my friend?
Good morning, Rob. Good morning, Georgetown. It's doing well. Staying really busy.
That's great, man. Happy Election Day.
Yeah, happy Election Day to you, too.
You know, it's funny.
We'll have to wait and see how happy it is when it's all over. Let's just hope everything goes smoothly.
Well, we're hosting a virtual unity prayer coming up at 8:10 this morning with several of our community leaders and frankly, just friends that are going to be joining us as well. We've got a handful of guys that will be on this morning that have agreed to join us. I think there's 2 or 3 guys, and so I'm excited about having that a little bit later this morning. That will be on a different stream. I want to welcome everybody into the broadcast this morning. Stephen Reed over at Georgetown U-Haul and Climatized Containers joining us. Good morning, Stephen. I hope you're doing wonderful this morning, my friend. And then always, Mr. Michael Price, good morning to you as well at the Georgetown Beard Club. We'll check in with Michael on Thursday. They've got a nice fundraiser event going on right now, and excited about that and what those guys do. Because it's No Shave November, man. It is No Shave November. Time to be a little lazy on the beard. Chris, you going to let yours grow out, dude?
Oh, I shaved last night. I don't know.
I get started
with getting inside homes and attics, and I sweat even though it's in the middle of the winter. It gets kind of uncomfortable, so I might let the goatee go right here and not shave that, and but still keep my sides pretty smooth.
Michael's telling you've got a good start going already, man.
I've had a beard or a goatee for going on 4 years now. So I haven't been baby-faced in 4 years.
Dude, if I shave, because I've still got a little bit of that, I've still got a little bit of that under chin right here going on, from just a little bit of extra weight. And is that what you call that, under chin? What do you call that right here?
The turkey flab?
Gobble. Yeah, what is
double
that? The turkey
chin?
Gobble? The gobble? Yeah, the double chin.
Double
there you
chin.
go. Double chin. If I shave all the way, you can you see it right there?
Yeah.
You see it kind of pooching out? Dude, if I shave, it's like a little koala pocket right there. Little koala. Or kangaroo pocket. That's what It's a little kangaroo pocket.
A marsupial pocket.
Now, that is an idea. If you got a double chin, with the things they can do with surgery nowadays, get them to cut a little slit right there. Then you can store stuff in it. It's like a little face pocket.
Put yourself your own little Bluetooth microphone in there.
How cool would that be? Cars have a little pocket. Why don't you put one under your chin?
That's disgusting.
Wow, yeah, it is. Not sure who this is. We got a Facebook user this morning saying, "Good morning, be blessed this morning. Continue to do this amazing work." Facebook user, I'm not sure who you are. For some reason, Facebook is not telling us who you are this morning.
It's a mystery.
So, yeah, he said good morning to us. Appreciate you joining. I have no idea who that is, Chris. That kind of concerns me. But I want to thank you for saying hello anyways. This morning, we're talking about the new surgery kangaroo pocket that's coming your way. So, kangaroo pocket coming your way, man. Oh, man.
Oh.
This is the right attitude to have this morning on election day.
Yes.
Stephen Reed, check this out. I have to say we are blessed. Bills are paid. Coffee is brewing. It's a wonderful day. I want to remind folks, we're going to talk about it at 8:10 a.m. on the other stream when we go over our community prayer this morning. But we have so much to be thankful for, Chris, that despite the outcome of this election tonight, we have to remember that this country is going to go on. It may not go on the way that some of us want. It may go on the way some of us want. But I'm going to tell you that in history, in this country, we've always been able to get through things. And I'm just hoping and praying today. But Chris, it starts with us and it starts with the mirror. And I want to be very, very, very upfront about that. It truly starts with us and it starts with the mirror. And we have to look in the mirror every morning and say, what are we going to do today to make an impact? I don't need to rely on my governor, my governor, but I don't need to rely on my government to make decisions for
Right.
for me about how I feel.
Right.
Now, there are things that the government makes decisions on that, yes, we have to. I mean, the roads wouldn't get paved if we didn't have the government. Let's be honest. And I'm talking at a very local level. But as far as how I feel, I don't need my government to tell me how I'm going to feel. That's up to me. When I wake up each morning, I'm going to make the decision on how I'm going to feel that day. Am I going to have a good attitude or am I going to have a bad attitude? Am I going to be kind to somebody or am I going to be a jerk to somebody? That's up to me.
Right.
And each and every one of us, it's up to us.
Yeah.
And we're not going to get into the political side of this, Chris, but we were talking before we got on, live with just how people are reacting on both sides. And that incident in Austin, Texas, that happened. And there's videos that show at the beginning that the other person instigated it. And I'm talking about the Biden bus where everybody was surrounded by it. And the FBI is looking into that as it was traveling down 35 through San Marcos in the Austin area. There's initial videos that showed that little white car running into a truck. But then all you see is the truck running into the car. And I'm not going to get into who did what or who said what, but it's on both sides.
Yeah.
We got to stop this nonsense, man.
We as a human race have the right to feel how we feel, believe what we believe. And that's what makes this country so great is you're allowed to be who you want to be, regardless of what your neighbor is or what they believe. But you should be able to love each other and respect each other's, I have family across the board from one end to the other in their beliefs. And I love them all, respect them all, and value them all. And we all have our points that is valid to ourselves. And that's all that matters. You just have to respect the person next to you for who they are and what they believe and have an open mind.
I think that's so true. And look, man, that's what I talk about getting up and looking in the mirror each day. And the internet and social media has fueled the flame. Oop, I'm not putting us on that. I just realized I just got a message that they're like, we're not hearing you on the app. But duh, because I never flipped it over to the app. Now you're on the app. Welcome in. Good morning, Georgetown. Welcome in if you're on the app. We have been going here. And you know what? I had a few folks texting me saying, I want to listen to the show this morning, and I can't hear you. It's playing music.
It's all right, Rob. You're a little under the weather, so you're allowed every once in a while.
Good morning, Georgetown. Welcome in, those of you that are on the HRN app. That's kind of nice that we're getting messages now that people are expecting the show and they're hearing music. So good morning. Want to welcome you and Rob Hipp alongside Chris Courtney. This show is made possible by our good friend Joshua Harris with the Oak Ridge Disciple House. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, there's light at the end of the tunnel, friends. That light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Check them out online, oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Had to make sure to get, and there's Josh right there. Josh, I promise I didn't say that just because you popped on this morning. But there is Josh Harris, the founder and director of the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Thank you for joining us, and good morning to you, brother. I had to say that because we got on the app and I didn't play the commercial or anything, man. So, but yeah, we're going back. I'm talking to Chris Courtney this morning, Courtney Home Inspections briefly this morning, just about, we are entitled to our beliefs and our rights, and that is what is supposed to make this country great. But unfortunately, social media and everything else has, in my opinion, has been such a divisive factor because, let's face it, Chris, a lot of us don't like confrontation. Chris, I don't like I hate confrontation, man.
Oh, me too. I can't stand it.
One of the hardest things that I've had to learn is that confrontation creates conflict, and it really does. But it is how do you try to handle that conflict? And I think if you handle confrontation and conflict with an open heart, with a truly caring, open heart, that conflict can be a lot easier than it normally would be in most cases. But I hate it, man. I hate confrontation.
Most of the time, if you walk into a conflict with, you're calm, you're cool, you're accepting, you walk in with your ears open, most of the time you can leave that conflict with a resolution and satisfaction that you have handled something difficult and have turned it into something good, and you've also learned from it. So it's just something that is really hard for a lot of people to do when their belief systems are so strong, is to have that open and listen and just be kind.
Yeah, and it's, being in business, I've had to make some really tough business decisions, confrontational business decisions that are extremely tough. Back when I had my IT company, it happened a lot. I had to let 2 guys go at one point, Chris, and that was the hardest decision that I've ever had to make in my life. We went through that 2008 downturn. We were able to keep our doors open. I had a business advisor. I didn't have a business coach. No offense to business coaches out there. There's a lot of good ones, but I remember a guy told me one time, he goes, Rob, what you need is somebody to organize your day. I said, okay, great. And I'm very open. I went into this open. I knew at the end of it, he's probably going to try to charge me like $500 a month or $1,000 a month, which is, that price with some guys is great. I think that that they're well worth it. But there's a misunderstanding in the IT world that you can't really have a set schedule. And I don't care what people tell you, because Chris, as a business owner, if your computer broke down and I was out there because I had scheduled a 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. to be at your location, and then I decided that it was 3 o'clock, and even though I wasn't done, I needed to go to another appointment. So I'm just going to say, see you, Chris. I'll be back tomorrow. You're not going to be happy.
Right. Yeah. We depend on it so much. Yeah.
And I remember this guy was trying to tell me but I needed to be very strict about my scheduling. And he goes, that's your first problem, Rob, is when you go out and schedule these calls, you give yourself a 3-hour window, and you have to keep that 3-hour window. You can't go over it. I was like, bro, do you know the IT industry?
Right.
But one thing that a business mentor, which I value business mentors tremendously, a business mentor that I was close to, that I met with regularly, told me, he goes, Rob, you are going to have to let these 2 guys go, or you're not going to be able to keep your doors open right now. And he goes, it's going to be tough. And I did. It was 2 guys that I considered friends. One of them a really good friend that had been very loyal to me. And I'm so thankful to the Lord that he and I have a friendship through that, because at the time he did not. He was very upset. But it opened up the doors, I believe, for him to do and pursue other things. And now he's happily married, has a kid, and a tremendous guy. And I was very good friends with that person at the time.
So that's probably one of the worst difficult decisions to make, is to let employees go when you like them and they're doing a great job with them.
Oh,
so
man, yeah.
It's hard. It's a lot easier when they fire themselves for doing something wrong or bad, or, they're uncoachable and that kind of thing. That's still a difficult decision, but what you had to do sounds like even worse because it just hurts your heart.
Yeah, and it's easier when they want to quit because then you don't have to pay unemployment.
Right.
Because that's another big thing. But
I had to fire a client a couple weeks ago. I didn't want to, but I had to protect my business and to protect my employee. And that was still difficult because I've never had to do that before. But, when it comes down to it, I got to protect me and my employee.
I was told, and that's tough, Chris, but you make the right decisions for your business to continue. And we can take these things in life and we can apply them in the business life. We can apply them to our personal lives and vice versa. That's what I love about life is we can take our experiences as business owners. I'm blessed to own a couple of businesses. None of them really pay a whole lot, but hey, it all adds up. But then I'm also fortunate to have a job where I get to work for a tremendous company here in Huntsville with KSAM and KHVO. I love it. In fact, tonight, Chris, I don't like saying things about me, man, but tonight I get to do my first newscast with the great Larry Crippen, professional newsman of Huntsville, Texas. I get to be on the air with Larry tonight about the election coverage here in Walker County. I'm excited, man.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome, man.
So we're gonna have the little political music, the election coverage happening tonight in Huntsville, Texas. Decision 2020. I don't know if we're gonna do all that, but it's true though. We can take experiences, and as a business owner and as an employee of a very great company that runs a cluster of stations, local stations, I learn every day from the organization. I'm surrounded by great, passionate employees and my coworkers, and that's what we need to do, friends. I want to encourage you this morning to look for the life situations and everything that you do that can be applied. For the situations in life, I just said look for the life situations. That doesn't make sense. Look for the situations that happen in your life that can be, or look for situations that can be applied to your life. Let me put it that way. And there's so many situations that we encounter every day when we come across somebody. How can we do good things? How can we apply the knowledge that we've learned in a situation to our life? And every day is a learning opportunity. You know what? You wake up and I always talk about let's be good to people, let's be kind, but let's be honest. Some of us aren't. Even me. Sometimes I will slip. We all slip. I will slip. I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say that I'm not kind to people or that I'm always kind to people. I make mistakes. Sometimes, I'm on the road yesterday. Something simple, Chris. I always talk about be nice to people on the road. What did I do yesterday? Some guy wouldn't turn. And in my car, I was like, oh, just turn. You've had 20 opportunities to turn. But because I'm so mindful and I talk about it so much, instead of me beating my steering wheel like I always do and laying on the horn that I used to do, I just took a breath and I said, you know what, man? In reality, it only seems like this has taken a long time because I have somewhere to go. But really, it's only going to probably take another minute or two and he's going to turn. Who cares? But in that split moment, I did get upset in my car. And thankfully the windows were up because I yelled in my car. Stupid, but I did.
Yeah. We all become a different person behind the wheel inside a closed capsule with no one being able to hear us. So, but better that than outside that closed capsule.
But you bring up a really good point because you talked about being inside a closed capsule. And when we are alone or when we are with our significant other or when we are with our family, that can be considered our closed capsule. And when we go out to public, do we have a different image? Do we open up more in ways that we wouldn't open up in our homes? Or maybe vice versa. Do we open up more in our homes and maybe that we don't open up in public? And I'm not saying that we need to go out and share our business with the public, but what I'm talking about is in your home, are you kind to your wife or husband? Are you kind to your kids? How do you act around your family in that closed capsule? Is it the same on the outside? And I think that's so important that you brought up something. I think that it's cool. We need to vent, Chris. Don't get me wrong. We need to vent. But I want to be the same person that when I am with Bridget, and I love my fiance dearly and am so thankful to have her in her life, I want to be the same person around her that I am in public and vice versa. That doesn't mean I'm going to go share all my stories and all the things happening in my life with the public. But I do. If I'm going to be kind to her, I want to be kind to people in public. If I'm going to be kind to people in public, I need to be kind to her. And that's the same with family and friends. So think about that. The next time you're in your car, you got me thinking, Chris. The next time you're in your car and you start getting upset because you're comfortable in that closed capsule, is that the way that you would act in your home? Think about that. And I think the next time that a situation comes across, if you're hearing this morning, you're going to say, you know what? I remember that time I heard somebody talking about him. I'm the same way in the car.
Well, if I was driving my house down the street and somebody wasn't turning in front of me, I might be yelling.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding.
No, hey, I'm the old man now, dude. I'm 36. People are, oh, you're the old man. Well, I feel like it. I'm the old man.
Don't
now.
tell me you're 36.
I'm the old man now, Chris, that gets mad when I see people speeding through the neighborhood.
You're not old.
There was a kid here in Huntsville yesterday in front of my apartment that flew by it. And I told him, slow down, young man. Oh, man.
So do we have a national day of today?
We do, Chris. Good morning. Welcome, everybody. Welcome in. Also wanted to, Miss Mary Sue Boberich joining us. I can't imagine having to let someone go. Good morning. And yeah, we were talking earlier just about, things that we do in life and conflict and all that. And just how tough it can be when you confront people. But just to circle around back to that, Chris, I know it's ADD morning, as it is every morning. But when you go into a confrontation, have a receptive heart, but also have an open heart and a caring heart. I wanted real quickly to touch base on that because I had to make another tough business decision, even with my sports broadcasting business. And it's made things hard because it's a person that I consider a friend. But it's business decisions that you have to make because you have to see the bigger picture. And somebody is going to get hurt when you make decisions, and it stinks, and it may hurt friendships, but you have to believe that things are going to work out the way that they should. And, it's just like the two guys that I let go years ago. And one of them told me, he goes, Rob, why couldn't you have sat down with me and we figured out something else? I would have been willing to take a pay cut. And I thought about that, and I let that spin around in my head, and it kind of clouded my judgment on this mentor that had told me, hey, you need to let these guys go. But I quickly came back to my mind, and I said, statistically, when you tell people that they're going to be let go or you've got to cut their pay, they're not going to be the same. And that is why in business you see people get let go without other options, because there is proven psychology that me as an employee, if you tell me, hey, you're going to let me go and I'm not going to get paid as much, or you're going to cut this, the psychology is you're not really going to work as hard. And I don't care what people say, but it is true that the majority of people, they're just going to feel like they're not valued. And it's a tough situation, man. But we all work through it. Just have a kind, receptive heart. And the anonymous Facebook user has sent us a message. And it is Mr. Roderick Castillo. He sent a screenshot to us. So, Roderick, thank you for joining us today, my friend. Pansy Gonzalez joining us. These are the folks who have liked. Cole Smith, my cousin. What's up, cuz? Love you, man. Jeffrey Black joining us. Monica Ann, Ross Sterling Bro over at the City Church. One of our new supporters, by the way, for Spirit Austin. Patty Batchelor, good morning to you. And Vicky Sparks, good morning to you as well. Today, Chris, is National Housewives Day.
Really?
National Housewives Day sets aside November 3rd to recognize the millions of hardworking housewives that stay stay-at-home moms who take care of their children and the home. It's a 24/7 job that somebody does not get the thank you that is much deserved. The term housewife is an old term stemming from the days when most families, let me scoot this over to the other monitor because I have to look to my side. Stemming from the day when most families were supported by one income. The father worked, the mother stayed home to take care of the house and the children. These days, usually both parents work outside the home, according to the Bureau. Hey, Chris, according to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, and 61% of the households with children, both parents work outside the home. Of course, the age of the children impacts how much a parent stays home, too. And it isn't always the mother who stays home. Sometimes it's the dad. So households are on the rise. House husbands are on the rise. However, the current stats are difficult to find. Even so, those who stay home and manage a household have a difficult task. Those who stay home are considered to be a domestic. Ooh, I love this. Here we go, Chris. Those who stay home are considered to be a domestic engineer, managing budgets, children, and organizing the life of the house. Today, if you are a housewife or a house husband, say thank you to what they do.
Nice. Interesting.
It is also.
I like the household engineer part.
Oh, yeah, that's critical. Today is also National Sandwich Day. How many of you love a good sandwich? What's your favorite sandwich, Chris?
My favorite sandwich. If I'm going to make a sandwich at home, my favorite is a BLT with a cold beer or a cold Pepsi.
What do you say? Would you say
BLT?
beer, liquor, or Pepsi?
Bacon, lettuce, tomato with a cold beer.
I thought you said a
Pepsi.
beer. I thought you said beer, liquor, or tequila. That's what your BLT is. Oh, man. Georgetown, what's your favorite sandwich? Let us know. What is your favorite sandwich? Today's election day, but I would like to celebrate National Sandwich Day. What's your favorite sandwich? My favorite sandwich, Chris, is a good old tuna fish sandwich with you got to make sure the tuna fish has the boiled eggs in it, though.
Ooh, no.
I thought you were excited at first, man.
I love tuna sandwiches, but it has to be the white albacore tuna with chunks of celery and onion with celery seed seasoning and pepper.
Okay. But, my dad, there was so much. My dad used to cook so much. I was blessed to grow up in a house where we had a garden. We rarely went out to eat. So I grew up on good home cooking. I stayed pretty healthy growing up. It's once I got, when you're not surrounded by all that junk food and you get older and you're like, oh, what's up with all this junk food everywhere? And then you get hooked on it, which is bad.
Right.
Growing up, man. Lynn was asking, good morning.
Is there a taco sandwich?
Lynn is asking, is there a taco sandwich? And that is a very good, this is why we ask these kind of questions here.
What about Gordito?
Gordita? Oh, you know what? They're starting to get rid of those at Taco Bell. How do I know that? That's not good. A taco sandwich. I don't know that, but you know what? The good news is the internet knows that because the internet, Lynn, knows all, supposedly.
And it's all true, right?
Yeah, every bit of it's true. But here you go. Here's your taco sandwich, Lynn. That's why I love this show. We can just pop it up right there. One evening, Mom and I helped put together this sandwich using things we had on hand. It's delicious and an instant hit with our family. Thank you to Melody from Parkersburg, Pennsylvania. She has invented the taco sandwich. That actually looks pretty good. Although, where's the recipe at? There we go. Here's the recipe. 1 pound of ground beef, 1 loaf of unsliced Italian bread, 4 ounces of cream cheese softened, 1/2 cup salsa, 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning. I'm not going to go through the thing, but this is from tasteofhome.com/recipes. And there's the ad. You always got to get that. /taco-sandwich. And the reviews? Well, it looks like it's got an average review of 3.5 out of 5 stars, Chris. I'm going to try this. I'm going to ask Bridget to try this.
There you go. We've been trying to cook a lot of different food now, so.
There you go. There is your taste of home recipe for the taco sandwich. It's so good. Not really. I don't know. It doesn't sound good. Anyways, well, I may give it a try. Steven is mad that Taco Bell got rid of the quesarito. You know what else they got rid of, bro? The Mexican pizza. That was one of my favorites, and they got rid of it, man.
It's been so long since I've been to Taco Bell.
Stay away from that place.
I used to like Del Taco.
Del Taco.
That was good.
I've heard of that, man. Roderick likes the egg salad sandwich.
Those are good.
Pansy Gonzalez says, Chris, you should try the Bolt. Oh, man, my stomach, I just got a reflex kick when I read that Bolt fried bacon. I literally had like this little surge of reflux. Pansy says, good morning, Pansy, by the way. Good to see you. She said, Chris should try the Bolt fry the bacon like you fry chicken. It's awesome.
Oh, sounds good.
Oh, man. No, she said the BLT fry. That's what she meant. She said the BLT fry. And then Steven saying that he's hungry, and Lynn said, let's protest to bring them back, talking about Taco Bell. Talking about food this morning, as we don't talk about food a whole lot here on this show. And Chris, back in the day when we were doing Good Morning Georgetown, I made a call to action. I was joking around. I said, if you're out there today and bring us tacos, and I kid you not, somebody brought us tacos that morning.
Nice.
I wish I was back in town.
Right.
Well, let's talk real quick. We're talking to Chris Courtney here. We've got some new businesses that are opening up in Georgetown. Wanted to talk about them. This coming from HelloGeorgetown.com, by the way. If you have an opportunity, please follow Hello Georgetown. We stay up to date with the latest news and also the wonderful things happening in our community. You won't find politics. You won't find any negativity on Hello Georgetown. We keep it strictly Georgetown and all the good things that are happening in our community. But check this out, Chris. We got another place opening up on the square. It's called Hard Count Kitchen and Cocktails. Coming soon to Georgetown, by the way.
Oh, cool.
This is Hard Count Kitchen and Cocktails. I said kitches. I got kitchen and cocktails mixed up, and somehow it came out as kitches. Hard Count Kitchen and Cocktails will be located right across from 2020 Market Scratch Kitchen and Bar off Rivery in the old BB's Home Cooking location. Joey Delgadillo is the owner, said it's official. He also owns 2020 Scratch Kitchen, by the way. We got the LLC for Hard Count. Hard Count will be owned by the same people as 2020, but the owner of 2020 saying this new restaurant will be different from its across the street neighbors. So that's going to be a cool little venue opening up, or a restaurant there. Chris, something really important. I don't know if you've had a chance to participate in this, but it is the Georgetown Field of Honor gearing up for its 4th year. Have you heard about the Field of Honor, Chris?
I have. Yeah.
Beautiful, just a beautiful tribute to veterans and our heroes in our community. You can purchase flags. They will be displayed at the old Birkelbach Field there at Chamber Way. It's hard for me to remember like all the new names because I know the old names. It used to be Stadium Drive, but where the old football stadium used to be years ago, that is transformed into a beautiful, magnificent display of flags honoring veterans. And here this year, it's going to also feature our COVID heroes, those first responders who have made a difference. You can buy a flag and support veterans, current, past, or present, honoring your loved ones. The flags do cost money, but the event to go out and look at the flags is completely free. You can visit GeorgetownTXFieldofHonor.com for more information. We'll definitely have to have Jeannie Cox on the show to talk about this. It's the Rotary Club of Georgetown puts this on. It couldn't be done without Jeannie Cox and a multitude of volunteers with the Georgetown Rotary Club. This event, it's just a great way, Chris, to honor our community and those that have served.
Absolutely.
So again, GeorgetownTXFieldofHonor.org. Go there right now, by the way. Order your flags. You can order them online. If you've got a veteran, maybe someone in your family that's no longer with us. Maybe you have someone who's currently serving or has served. You can order the flag to honor them as well. And it's just a great, great way to honor those. In fact, I want to bring this event to Huntsville, Chris, because it's so impactful in Georgetown that I really want to try to bring this to the Huntsville community, man.
That would be great. Anything to support the veterans and the first responders.
Really cool stuff. Well, Chris, been a fun morning here, 7:53 a.m. I know you've always got your 8 a.m. meeting that you go to.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that, by the way. There may be somebody out there that's a business person. They want to figure out how to network. It's B&I. Tell us a little bit about your group and what the value of it is, man.
Well, B&I is a business networking group that I belong to. Fortunately for me, we're the #1 chapter in all the Austin area. We have over 55 members. And the premise is that this networking group only allows one person from each profession in the group. And we just build a really good bond of relationships with each other. And whenever we know anyone who needs something, anything from insurance to cosmetics to massages, chiropractic, all the home services like plumbing and roofing and soft water, and from the gamut of anything, we have a group of people that we trust and we know personally, because we meet every week, that we can give them business from the people that we know in our daily businesses, dealing with clients and just people we know. And it just makes you a better business person because you're around a lot of great people who have been in business for a long time. And the majority of them are business owners. So it's just a great group to learn from, have support from, and it's fun to give. So, I have 14 referrals this week to give to people in my chapter. So, and most of them will turn into business. So it's just a great thing for building business and building relationships in the business community. And they have a lot of education and training.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the most critical things. I love our BNI group in Georgetown, and looking forward to Sydney Decker, who works with me with our station here on HRN, to be involved, and I'm trying to get her in there as a member since I'm in Huntsville now. It's very important that if you're in that organization that you're dedicated, because it is all about each other and helping each other and lifting each other up. And now, of course, I'm here in Huntsville all the time, and I just feel that the folks in that group are so tremendous in our Georgetown BNI group, and looking forward to having Sydney get active there and just be a part of that tremendous group. Chris, I know you got to go here in a minute. I wanted to share this with you real quick. In lieu of home inspection, Courtney Home Inspections, Chris Courtney, I wanted to share a little bit of home inspection horror pictures with you. I figured that you
awesome.
I know. Yeah. How often do you look these up, Chris? I figured that you would be on the internet all day looking these up.
Oh, I get, I'm on a group of home inspectors that I see every single day of horror stuff and live stuff. So yeah, that's a good one.
I tried to move through this first to make sure that there was nothing inappropriate. Here is a circuit overload, Chris. Circuit overload
in a bathroom, nevertheless.
Yeah. So here we go. This is from ahajokes.com. Aha jokes. AHA jokes.com. Ahajokes.com. Here's a circuit overload right there in the bathroom. Pretty good. Chris, have you seen this before? Look at the cat. The cat's even scared up there, dude.
No, I've never seen it that bad.
All right, let's keep going down here. Hey, if your support is too short, don't let it throw a wrench in your plans. Why don't you throw a wrench in it and hold it up?
Right.
At least they used a steel wrench. It looks like maybe that'll hold.
Yeah, looks like a saw blade in there too.
Here you go. Here's an old jock strap use. Why don't you turn it into a light bulb holder? All right, there you go.
Oh.
Hey, you got a hole in the roof? Fresca. That'll hold it up. Just put a little cardboard.
Oh, I like
Fresca there. Yeah. That way you can get the residue. You can get some cardboard residue in there.
Right.
Anybody want a fresh hot towel? Just put it right above the burning heater. And 10 minutes later, your house will also be on fire. How about that?
Right.
Here you go. Now, this is the best way to do it. You need a little more humidity in your house. Why don't you put a bowl of water right there on that exhaust? There you go.
Yeah, that's putting CO2 into the house.
That's beautiful. That's just the way to do it. By the way, do not do any of this at home. I don't want to be held liable for this. Hey, you need a drain pipe on your new tub? Well, there you go. Just make sure that it leaks all over your insulation and all over everything. How about that, Chris?
That's in a crawl space under a house.
Now, if you have icicles on your leaky pipes, that is a good thing because you no longer have really leaky pipes. It just turns into ice. So, so if you have a leaky pipe, just pray that it will freeze for a few weeks and those leaky pipes will be soft. Chris, a couple more here. Here's a convenient light switch for the shower in the shower. Why don't you put a light switch in the shower? Check that one out. There you go.
I've seen AC registers in the shower.
That's ridiculous. And then finally, last but certainly not least, what a better place for a
sub panel, or maybe, who knows, man, maybe even your main panel. How about putting it looks right like there a main panel? How about putting it right there in the bathroom? Without a dead front cover on it either.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Just stick your finger in the...
Yeah, I think the rule here is you put your finger in the water and you put your other finger in that panel, and then you're good to go.
Right. Straight to heaven. Maybe.
Yeah. And then finally, Chris, last but not least, in case of an electrical emergency, just move the dryer. You don't need to access that panel. Just move the dryer and you're good to go.
Right.
All right. I know you got to go. Stephen has a quick question for you. He wanted to know, do you do industrial, Chris?
No, I do not do commercial industrial, but I have a great contact who does. Very good friend of mine. And if you want, reach out to me and I can give you his information.
Awesome. Chris, final thoughts before we let you go. How can they get in touch with you, Courtney Home Inspection?
Call
Oh, wait, go ahead, Chris.
253.
I, I Wait, go ahead, Chris. I kicked you out. Go ahead.
Call or you can call or text me at 512-253-4480 or look me up on the web at CourtneyHomeInspection.com.
CourtneyHomeInspection.com. Chris, appreciate you being here, man. We had a fun.
Hey,
I
thank
love
you.
this because we don't know what we're going to talk about, and then it turns into this. How cool is that?
That's great,
man?
isn't it? Yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
We'll see you, brother. Have a great day, man. Appreciate you being here,
You
buddy.
too. All right. Talk to you soon. All right.
Once again, that's Chris Courtney Home Inspection. Check him out online, CourtneyHomeInspection.com. By the way, at 8:10 a.m., we're going to have a virtual morning of prayer here, Unity Prayer. Today is Election Day, friends, and want to encourage you this morning to be a part of that if you can. Would love to have you on our next stream that'll be coming up here at about 8:10 a.m. We've got a couple of guys in the community that'll be joining me and leading us in prayer and a couple of scriptures today with a little bit of unity, just about what is going on. And I think that it's so important this morning. It's crazy because sometimes I'll wake up, or sometimes in the middle of the night before I even go to sleep, I'm laying down, I'm thinking about things, and I just had this come over my heart that we really need to pray this morning about our country and those kind of things. And so we're going to have that online. You definitely want to be a part of that. And please join us. And if you can make time to be involved in that, we'd love it. It's going to be brought to you by our new station, Spirit Austin. You can check that out at spiritaustin.com. But we are going to do it on Facebook Live. It will not be on the Spirit Austin station yet. We're still beta testing all of that. By the way, if you haven't heard about Spirit Austin, it's our inspiring and uplifting radio station serving Austin and Central Texas. The apps are under development. We play contemporary Christian music all day long and also just bring a lot of hope and encouragement to your life every single morning, and I would love for you to be a part of that as well. Got a little story this morning, and I wanted to look through this. So, many of us may have some unnecessary doubts this morning, and we all need to figure out a way to come together and be involved with each other, and we need to listen to what's happening in life. I want to read this to you. It's from alltimeshortstories.com. I always like to end every show here with a quick motivational story, a story of inspiration. This one is called Stopped by a Brick. A successful young executive was riding in his brand new Jaguar down a neighborhood street when he noticed a kid darting out from behind parked cars. He slowed down a little bit, but as he appeared to near it, a brick smashed into the car door. He slammed on the brakes and drove back to the place where the brick had been thrown. The furious man jumped out of his car and caught the nearest kid shouting, "What was that all about? Why the heck did you do that to my car? Why did you do it?" The young boy was a little scared, but very polite and apologetic. "I'm sorry, mister. I didn't know what else to do," he pleaded. "I had to throw the brick because no one else would stop for my call to help." With tears rolling down his cheeks, he pointed towards the parked cars and said, "It's my brother. He rolled off the curb and fell off his wheelchair, and he is badly hurt. I can't lift him up." Well, the sobbing boy asked the man, "Would you please help me get him back into his wheelchair? He is hurt, and he's very heavy for me to lift." The young man was moved beyond words and tried to swallow the rapidly swelling lump in his throat. He hurriedly lifted the other kid from the spot and put him back in the wheelchair. He also helped the little kid with his bruises and cuts. When he thought that everything will be okay, he went back to his car. "Thank you, sir, and God bless you," said the grateful kid. The young man was too shaken up for any words, so the man simply watched the little boy push the wheelchair-bound brother down the sidewalk. It was a long and slow ride back home to the man. When he came out of the car, he looked at his dented car door. And the damage, of course, was very noticeable, but he did not bother to repair it. He kept the dent to remind him of the message: do not go through life so fast that someone has to throw a brick at you to get your attention. Moral of this story, friends, is life whispers in our souls and speaks to our hearts. Sometimes when we do not listen to it, it throws a brick at us. It's our choice. Listen to the whisperer. Wait for the brick. Friends, today I think there's a lot of things going on in our country. Things are getting thrown at us, even bricks. I mean, there are literally things getting thrown at our life every day. But I want to encourage you today to stop and take a moment and realize those that are around us. Don't let life go so fast that we're missing the point of what we're supposed to be doing. And that's being here for each other. Friends, I want to leave you with that word. Make sure to join us coming up here in about 10 minutes as we will do community prayer. That's coming up this morning, the virtual prayers. We pray for our nation, unity, and healing this morning. You'll be able to join that, stay up to date with our social media pages. Those of you watching on Hello Georgetown, I don't believe it will be streamed there, but you can follow us at Spirit Austin on Facebook. Friends, I love you guys. I appreciate the morning to talk to you. We'll be back on the air tomorrow morning. Ken Covington of Ken's Guitars is our Wednesday host. Looking forward to having Ken on. Michael Price is on Thursdays, and our good friend Lee Ortiz on Fridays. We've got some nonprofits lined up. We'll be talking to those as well as the week goes on. Make sure to follow us, download the Hipp Radio Network app to stay up to date with what we're doing in the Georgetown community for you. So I end every show. I want to remind you today, friends, we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. Somebody out there this morning needs you. Good morning, Georgetown, and God bless. We'll see you later. Have a great day, everyone.